make sure the bills ain't on me. You got me under your spell if you cannot tell. Mrs. Baby, back down. Hey, I'm back now. Like I'm saying I'm gonna leave, but that thing on me. Then I'm back down. I'm back now. Like say you got a man, but he ain't in your plans. Tell the buddy back down. I'm back now. Like oh, on me, baby, you got a hold. Baby girl, you wear the crown. Conversation and the round. Baby, back down. I'm back down. We done made love like 3 times in a row. Scream my name so loud now all the neighbors know. Girl, you only here to be the girl in my dreams. I know loving me way harder than I think. Trying to put you in a Billy Band, take the color 31 flavors, give you 3,000 square feet. Barely near a neighbor. Baby girl, you wear the crown. Conversation and around. Mrs. Baby, back down.
Back down.
Back down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Drop some. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yeah. Boy, this is peace. Let's talk about it podcast. Put it in for 3 seconds. We gotta go and handle some damn business after this. We just wanted to get going. Yeah, our look how I'll come together. We in the cave right now. So it's a little different. We're not in our usual spot where we pop. Relax. This is where we usually come here. So y'all see, we got everything all studio stuff. All right. So, but let's get to it. Excuse me. Cold going around. Y'all know what it is. Got that young COVID. Everybody got that COVID, baby. COVID. Oh, don't want to say that too much. Might get canceled. You gotta watch it. Gotta watch it around here with this stuff. But really, what uh what I was looking at, man. I seen a post earlier today. Tia Mowry got divorced from Corey Hardwick. What is Corey? Whatever his name is. Everybody only knows him for being her husband. Did I say that? I'm sorry. It's true. It's the truth. And that's probably where some of the problems came from. Corey Hardick, and he from the shot too. So Buddy got the sense about himself. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no pushover, ain't no chump. You know, I look at these things and I always see him and I be like, man, you know, it's totally what I expected. I'd say kudos to them for lasting as long as they have, because a lot of times in those situations, like she picked a man up off the street, like literally off the street. And I'm gonna tell you, fellas, there's good women out there that'll do that for you, but as a man, it puts you at the very beginning in a subservient position. Because if she's not a real good woman, that is most definitely gonna get thrown back in your face at some point in time. And you're gonna get constantly reminded on a regular basis, I picked you up off the street, you was homeless, I gave you a place to stay, put food in your mouth, helped you get to the bag, and I'm responsible for all of your success, but I bet you had nothing. Then he gets with a woman like that has something. It's a hard dynamic to navigate with for a man that's got any pride. Now, some of you simp suckers and goofies, y'all gladly sit and slide in that position and be really, really good there. Because that's where you're really, really good at. That's what you guys are good at. So that's why you'd be able to slide right in that position. But real men probably would have never went with her in the first place. Who would have been like, man, listen, I'm gonna be out here grinding. You know I'm gonna see you. Like we gonna rock. But I can't let you do that for me. I can't let you basically help create my future, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And look at what she's saying on Instagram now. She's talking about um, this is the me chapter. Why don't you just go somewhere and shut up and try to figure out how you gonna keep the next man that you get? You did all that for Buddy, and y'all still couldn't stay together. What more could you do for a man? Now you're 44 years old, set in your ways, just divorced your husband you've been with for since 2008. So what is that? Um, Almost 14 years? I mean 13? Yeah, 13, 14 years. Like that's the crazy like start over right there, man. People just take for granted having that companionship, having a person that knows you, and having that history, having that foundation of growth together. Like you can't replace that out here in the streets. It's just not possible. Out here in the streets and what's going on out here, it's not possible, man. Nothing out here but lemon pepper wings and bad decisions. It's like she gonna get out here now and she gonna start complaining, or she gonna jump on the like I said, she the next Tracy Ellis Ross. You'll be on there talking about how happy she is single, how much she love herself. Yeah, she gonna be loving herself by herself and hoping she can get her another man. But my problem is, why are we celebrating this? Like, why do all these industry women feel the need to hop online as soon as they get divorced and talk about how they've been liberated? What are you trying to say? You were in prison for 20 years? It's like it's like you all choose to marry somebody, choose to say you want to be a wife, and then act like somebody came in the ivory tower, kidnapped you, and held you captive for 20 plus years, 30 years, 10 years, 5 years. Like, and that's why 90% of divorces are filed by women. Because men know about long suffering and hardship and just staying in it. Will men stay in it even when there's nothing there? Yeah. Because men also have logic because they understand, like, this is my wife. She handled business. Like, we may have lost our emotional attachment, our physical intimacy and attraction to each other, but it's still one of my best friends on the planet. No one knows me better than her. Where am I gonna find this replication? You know what I'm saying? It's just not out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just not out there. So, men shouldn't celebrate it, women shouldn't celebrate it. It's a sad event. Go sit somewhere and be somber. Don't act like this is your comeback. This is your next bag. Nah. This is the end of an era. And it's not a good end. It's a very negative thing. It's negative for your kids if y'all got any. And it's negative for the world because now we have another single successful black woman that is now in a position once again to where she's single and without a husband and is the poster child for the rest of the women to be single, have kids, have no husband, don't marry anybody, just do you because that's the best thing. That's the most liberating thing. That's the thing that makes us feel good. Listen, no one said that marriage is peaches and cream and that it's a bed of roses. It is not. It's work. It's a commitment. Does anybody know of any commitment that's not work or has any kind of investment involved in it? Even on your daily thing or your monthly thing, a steady, uh, when you just pay bills on certain subscriptions that you like, you make a commitment to spend that money on a regular basis and say that, hey, I want to be able to use this to have it. If you ever played sports, your commitment to sports is not easy working out all the time. When you want to be doing something else, it's not easy, missing out on time with loved ones because you're chasing a dream and chasing a goal. It's like anything that has commitment involved in it and that's worth something is going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. It's going to have some difficulty involved with it. We have gotten to the point now in this society that we're in right now where it's instant gratification or nothing. We want everything to just be great all the time. And that's not reality. It never has been. But this world is giving people this false sense of that that's even a possibility, that's even in the realm of logic. So now, as soon as people get sad, what am I? I'm depressed. These mental health things, these labels and things, but these are the things that are driving the wedge between us staying together versus going apart. Is all these things talking about our temporary happiness we're sacrificing for the long term beneficiary things to our people, uh, our families, and things of that nature. Like, man, I will tell you, like, I don't care what age your parents get divorced. It is the worst thing that could ever happen to a family. It creates complete separation. People deal with one parent a certain way, others deal with the others. Like, and if you don't have the right parents that know how to really get the family through this and keep it together, man, it's over with. It's devastating. It destroys the family. It's most definitely not what God wants. And T is supposed to be a Christian. But that's why, hey, listen, y'all, Christianity is not biblical. And that's why a lot of these people that say they're Christians is not the math don't be mathing because Christianity is not biblical. Christianity is really pagan theology mixed in with a Christ-centered focus with biblical references. That's Christianity. Now, if you're a disciple of Christ, if you're a Bible believer, you go by the word. But if you're going by Christianity, you're celebrating Christmas, you're celebrating Valentine, you celebrate all of these pagan holidays that were set up through the vehicle of the church and Christianity. Listen, Christianity, if you say you're a Christian, you also have to take part of that Christianity and say that Christianity was responsible for slavery. The reason why these boats went out, the Spaniards, the Portuguese, you know, and all of that, the reason why they went out and went to go look and conquer lands and create slaves is because they were given the okay to go out and conquer African countries in the name of God, really, by the Catholic Church, which was just a bunch of white men deciding they want some land and they're gonna use God to tell other people that may actually have a moral compass that it's okay to go and do these horrific things that we're going to go do. Now, that is what your country is built off of. That is what most societies are built off of. If you talk about Christianity, Christianity comes with burning people at the stake. Christianity comes with the Salem witch trials. Christianity comes with the pedophilia of the priesthood. Christianity comes with. I was watching Vikings Valhalla. That's another thing that got me really thinking about what Christianity means. Go watch the Vikings Valhalla. That is that's what Christianity was. The Vikings took on Christianity. They were more vicious than the pagans and wanted to eradicate all the pagans. Where is that part of the love of Christ? But when you mix pagan ideals of Christianity and you just start telling people that you just need to get baptized and take sacraments and come and do penance and stuff, Catholicism it breeds murderers. Because in essence, I could do anything that I like as long as I'm willing to do Hail Marys and pay penance for it. That's Christianity. So I am not a Christian at all. I'm not a Christian. I'm a disciple of Christ. And I understand that a lot of people get hung up on that title and they don't know how to actually let that go. But man, if we're looking at a biblical perspective, we gotta let it go. I've been trying to do a lot of self-reflection in these days and times and just trying to understand, what does God want? And right now, what I can see from the church, he doesn't want any of that. None of that is biblical. The structure, the order of service. I mean, I mean, and let's not get to these gospel stars. Let me tell you something, right? Excuse me. Psalms talks about, and the word always talks about God doing a new thing. These gospel artists are not like the gospel artists of old. You listen to the Wine, Rance Allen and them, Fred Hammond, Commission, Richard Smallwood, Walter Hawkins, Mississippi Mass Choir, James Cleveland, Timothy Wright, James Moore, Derek Coley. When you look at all of these people, they were coming with new songs. Whereas some that was recycled, most definitely, because there's just some that are just anointed and they just gonna stay in the rotation. Well, I got a little testy right there. I don't know what happened, but I wasn't able to get in there to be able to stop it. But hey, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But listen, thing about it is what they doing right now, it ain't real. It ain't what it's supposed to be. It ain't what God want. It ain't what's supposed to be going on. So when it's like that, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? And we got to know that that's what it is, and that's what's going on. And we got to stick to what's real and get back to the basics and just try to figure it out, man. I think a lot of times we're just so scared, you know, just so scared to try something else, to do something different. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times I just think that's what's going on. We're just so scared to actually try to change what we so used to being a norm and what we comfortable with. But it's got to happen. All right. Y'all take it easy. Let's Talk About It podcast. Let's talk about it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share. We're gonna be getting more of these in, man. We got another one later on tonight that we're gonna drop y'all with too. So we're just gonna get in here and holler back.